and I am from Mumbai. I welcome you all to yet another vibrant session of Literati Zone, a platform for both established and budding writers and poets. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Manoj Krishnan ji and the entire ALS team for promoting arts and literature and coming up with so many wonderful programs. Today, we have two wonderful people who belong to different professions, but when it comes to writing, they are on the same page. Ms. Seema Jain, a retired dean, and Ms. Swati Garg, a fashion designer. A warm welcome to both of you. Before I move ahead to introduce our prolific guest, I would like to recite a few verses from my poem. The title of this poem is I Am a Woman. Here it goes. What if I am short and stumpy? I have so many good qualities. I'm different and unique. I'm strong and not weak. What if I am dark skinned? I know my beauty lies within. Don't judge me by my color. Given an opportunity, I can do wonders. What if I am too emotional? At least I express my feelings. I am what I am, you see? Do not try to change me. What if I don't succeed immediately? At least I don't quit and give up. I do not feel sorry for myself. I am a woman with great respect for self. What if I am not perfect? I am still worthy of respect. You always noticed my flaws, but what about my strength? Was there any applause? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Beautiful poem,
Now,
Sheila.
time to
Beautiful.
introduce our guest. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you. Now, time to introduce our guest. Our first guest today on this show is Seema Jain, a brilliant and a bilingual poet, a short story writer, a translator, and an editor who has recently retired as Dean Academics, Associate Professor and Head PG Department of English from Kanya Mahavidyalay, Jalandhar, after having taught English literature and language for 39 years. She has acted as a chairperson and convener at many international and national conferences. She has also widely presented and published research papers. She has four published books of poems titled Silent Letters, An Apology to My Father, Mom Ke Punk, and Doop Chao. Recently, her poems have been translated from Hindi to English. The title of the poem is Poetic World of Narendra Mohan, and two edited books on women empowerment and higher education and cross-cultural nuances. She is associated with many poetic forums, and her poems and short stories have been widely published, translated, anthologized, and recited during international poetry conferences, webinars on TV and radio. She has contributed to about 60 anthologies. She is currently engaged in compiling an anthology of 21st century Indian English women poets. Most recently post-retirement, she is engaged into live poetry shows on social media and have won many accolades. During her 2.5 months association with ALS, she has won 9 prizes in various English and Hindi poems. She has also received the Purvotar Hindi Sahitya Academy Award and the Master of Creative Impulse Award by Philosophic Poetica and Grant Productions, Canada, for her contribution to literature and creative writing. She is the founder, president of LitSpark, a literary forum, besides being a member of the prestigious international body English Scholars Beyond Borders. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction,
ma'am.
Sheila here. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm humbled.
Our next guest is Swati Garg, who is a successful dress designer and exhibitor for the last 10 years. She styles fabrics in her own artistic way to make the client look and feel prettier and slimmer always. Her writing journey started last year when, due to lockdown, her caged passion was for writing came out, and thus her journey began. She won the UBI Fest contest and received the first prize trophy for Hindi poetry and second prize for her English, enhancing her confidence. Getting trophies from Malaysia was a moment of pride to her. She has been part of 2 anthologies rhythms of love, and journey of soulmates. She loves whatever she does, from cooking to interior designing. She recently won third prize in UBI Inc. Marathon for her English codes. Her YouTube channel has more than 11K followers where she recites her poems and shairis. Her Instagram account also has more than 87K followers. She is an animal lover and wishes for peace around the globe. Welcome Swati ji.
Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction, and really I'm overwhelmed.
Most
Nothing
welcome.
much to say. I am very, very grateful to share stage with Seema ji and you. Thank you so much,
It is my pleasure
Thank you.
to share stage with both of you, such wonderful
ma'am.
poets
That's,
and such wonderful
Thank
human beings. And thanks to ALS for providing this wonderful platform for interacting with
yes,
people like you and
people.
with all other people. Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Moving ahead, my first question is for Seema Jain. Ma'am, you had a hectic schedule for so many years. So, how did you manage to contribute to 60 anthologies? Was it after recent retirement or you managed along with your profession?
Well, Sheila, I would like to
Ma'am,
say
you're on mute, I
that
guess. Yeah. Okay.
uh,
Yeah, I can
is
hear
it
you. I
okay
can hear
now?
you.
Yeah, yeah. So, actually, to your question, I would like to say that poetry has always been a passion with me, and I have always been writing. And it was during the time when I was working that I published about three anthologies of mine, three solo anthologies, and I had contributed to many anthologies earlier also. So I used to find time for writing. But yes, that is true that after retirement, I have more time on hands. And that is how, when I can full time pursue my passion for creative writing and my contribution to anthologies and my creative output has enhanced during this period. So that much I can definitely say. I strongly believe in the words of Pablo Neruda, who said that poetry is like breathing. Just as we can't live without breathing, I can't live without writing. So that kind of passion is required for writing poetry, I believe. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That passion should be there. Not only poetry, for anything for that matter.
Yes,
That if you do not have any passion, it won't work. It won't really
yes,
work. But this is
absolutely.
indeed
I
a
agree
great,
with you.
yeah,
Yeah, being passionate is the key to success for any venture. And
any venture.
poetry is something that requires a lot of motivation and passion. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. But this is indeed a great achievement. And of course,
Thank you.
this is indeed a great number also. 60 anthologies is quite a great number.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
actually, yeah, thank you so much.
Now,
Thank you.
ma'am, I couldn't hear you.
Uh, I said thank you, Sheila.
Ma'am,
I believe
I
that,
still can't hear you.
uh, but I'm not on mute though. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
I
hear me
can.
now? Okay. Yeah, I said thank you, Sheila, for your wonderful wishes. And I believe that there is more in store because these days I'm working on an anthology, compiling an anthology of Indian English women poets in the 21st century. And also,
Right.
I'm working on a book of short stories and a book of English poems and Hindi poems. And at the same time, I'm also contributing to many other anthologies. So I believe that the number will grow with time. Thank you.
Best wishes for your future.
Thank, thank you. Thank
And
you.
now, would you like to recite a story or a poem for our viewers?
Sure, I would love to do that. For today,
Okay.
I would like to recite a short story titled The
Okay.
Coils Have to Go. Actually, this story was written some time back when I realized that with the pace of life that we have at present in the modern day world, the natural things and the older way of life is declining. It is moving out, giving place to new developments and modern way of life. So, thinking that, I wrote this story some time ago. Let me share it with you. The coils have to go. So here it goes. Dr. Anirudh changed the gear of the car, and increased the pressure of the foot on the accelerator. The car was now speeding through the incessant flow of traffic on the busy road. The flow of thoughts going on in his mind after that phone call was as rapid and ceaseless. Just before he was leaving his hospital, the phone bell had rung. It was from his father, who was about 75, retired and enjoying the solitude of an idyllic life. But today, he could feel the stress in his father's voice as he told him that the house they were living in had been sold off to some builder who would probably erect a multi storied shopping complex there. So, the moment of truth had finally come. His parents had been living in that house for the past 42 years now. They had always wanted to buy this house, but earlier the landlady wasn't willing to sell it. And recently, due to market forces, there was a boom in real estate, and the commercial value of this piece of pastoral beauty had skyrocketed, and it was estimated to be in crores. So the landlady had sold it off as it suited her best. Anirudh remembered the time when they had come to this house. He was only 6 years old at that time. His entire childhood, adolescence, and his life till his career in marriage belonged to this very house. But for his parents, this was their soul, their life as it were, a place which had been a witness to all the important phases of their life, their joys, their sorrows, their winters, summers, and springs were deeply interwoven into every brick of this building. Every nook and corner of the house, every blade of the sprawling lush green lawn, the cooing of the koel on the mango tree, the dancing branches of the pomegranate tree were all a part of them. Anirudh realized the inevitability of the situation, which meant that they would have to vacate the house. It was decided to shift their belongings to his house, but his heart was heavy to think of their emotional turmoil, their sense of being uprooted. It was like digging the roots of a banyan tree and planting them afresh. When Anirudh went to vacate the house, standing in the vast courtyard of the house, under the shade of the mango tree, laden with unripe fruit, he heard a koel cooing melodiously. With a pang in his heart, he nostalgically recollected his childhood, how they would put their lips avidly to the mangoes of this very tree, how on summer evenings the brick floor and the sun baked walls, and the lawn and the plants, sprinkled with water, emanated a sweet fragrance. How all of them enjoyed the evening coolness, and how after dinner, under the starlit sky, they were caressed to sleep by the cool breezes from the swaying branches of the trees around, long before the coolers and the ACs had come in vogue. By contrast, he thought of the childhood of his own kids, used to ACs and cars, fed upon the cable culture, used to playing video games or watching cricket matches on TV, cloistered inside the room. Anirudh wondered how things changed with time. And in a flash, the revelation came to him. This onward march of time was an irreversible process, as inevitable as the changing of day and night, of the seasons. Its unyielding force could not be arrested, and we were all caught up in the python like grip of this inexorable flux of time. The flowers, the grass, the trees, and the coils had to go, giving way to this ruthless race of progress, paving the way for the modern day malls and skyscrapers. So, this was my story. The coils had to go. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for giving me this
Yes, we did.
opportunity to share this poem with you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And
The
ma'am,
story.
you have
Yeah.
narrated it so beautifully. This as it is. It was a heart touching story, and you have narrated it very well. And of course,
Wonderfully,
there is a
yeah.
message also. There's a message also in this story. Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My next question is for Swati Garg. What do you love about being a fashion designer, and what are the challenges that you face, and how do you overcome them?
Namaskar. I'm Swati Gar from Rudrapur, Uttarakhand, India, and I pay my most warm regards to Asian Literary Society, such a prestigious platform, Manoj Krishnan sir, all eminent poets, and my fellow writers, and all the beautiful audiences, and of course my wonderful host and the renowned poetess Seema ji. To share stage is such a pleasure and an honor to me. I'm really grateful. Now, coming to the answer, being a fashion designer, yeah, I cherish all the beautiful smiles that I score of my happy and satisfied clients. Donning my outfits when they share their pictures with me, it's really the gesture of gratitude touches me and brings a lot of energy to me to keep me moving. Secondly, this colorful world always rejuvenates my optimism because there is this, a tint of service I feel that in some way I'm able to do. Of course, my staff, if I'm able to support few families, they're running their, livelihood because indirectly because of me, it makes me happy. So this is what I love about. And of course, coming to the challenges I have faced, of course, being in a nuclear family 10 years back, and few physical limitations which I still pursue. But the biggest challenge that I faced was being in a small city, finding the eminent and efficient staff. That was really a head hunt. And to say the second biggest hurdle which I faced was making the people believe here the difference between quality designing and quantity designing. But with time and the consistent uniqueness in my work, along with the honesty of my commitments, I think I could, get back those confident smiles in my work. And there the beautiful journey began. And it's on.
And it's still on, and it's going to be on for many, many more years. All the very
Hopefully,
best
after
for
the
all your.
pandemic shocks.
It will go ahead. And of course, ups and downs are part and parcel of life. So if we are
Very true.
passionate about something, as we said earlier also, as Seema ma'am said earlier also, that if you're passionate about something, nothing is going to stop us. So we will surely win. We will surely win. Okay, moving ahead again. Which poem would you like to share with us?
So, hereby, I will be sharing the title of the poem at the end of my poem. So, I would like to start with it.
Okay, great.
Okay? They say the Lord blesses all, He is almighty for all. It bothers my nerves often. Why few drown before witnessing dawn? Our guardian angels, our mothers, nurture life with their flesh and their blood. Then why do they get cursed to lose even their longings first sight? Few jibe them, ill omened. Abuses and smears become their nascent progeny. Faultless innocence, bruised and thrashed, until they repay or replenish. On one hand, we call them sister, mother, wife, companion, our generous creator. On another, we commit this heinous crime of committing female feticide. Do we receive celestial blessings from azure skies, to gloat our devilish demeanor? Do we? Malevolently, we bisect the umbilicals for our sycophantic baby boy hunger. Ironically, what is wretched out is that the majority are sycophants. Sorry, the majority are plutocrats. It seems Satan's gang revels among us. It seems Satan's gang revels among us, dark witches plaguing Amor, abandoning newborn girls, dumping them in trash barrels, or piercing them with vampire talons. These helpless angels are inhumanly slaughtered or trafficked for flesh. The five elements effigy is havocly deprived of free breath, havocly deprived of free breath. And we keep singing our saga of being the best. We keep singing our saga of being the best, the so called altruistic humankind. When our helpless angels moan elegies of plight each morning and night, when our helpless angels moan elegies of plight each morning and night, questioning, questioning, are humans ever going to get kind? The title of my poem is Stop It Now. Thank you.
Wonderful poem, Swati. Absolutely wonderful. And I should say this is some unique piece, and no wonder you have so many followers on your other sites.
Yeah, I would also like to agree with Sheila that it was a wonderful poem and beautifully recited by you, Swati.
I'm so
Congratulations for
humbled.
that.
I'm humbled. I'm touched. Thank you, both of you.
Thank,
No, it was actually beautiful.
thank you, Swati. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Swati, for this wonderful poem, for sharing this
Thank you,
wonderful
Sheila
poem
ji.
with our viewers and audience. Yeah. My
My
second question
pleasure.
is again, welcome. My second question is again for Seema ji. Ma'am, you are also a translator. Other than Hindi to English, do you translate in any other languages? And I would like to know also one more thing I would like to know. One of your book name is Poetic World of Narendra Mohan. This sounds something very different. So, what is why did you choose this title? Is there any specific reason?
Okay. Uh, well, thank you, Sheila,
Um,
for this
yeah.
wonderful question. Yeah, as far as being a translator is concerned, yes, I write in both the languages, in English and Hindi, and I have taken up translation work for poetry as well as for fiction. And this book, The Poetic World of Narendra Mohan, it is actually a translation from Hindi to English of the poems of Dr. Narendra Mohan. Dr. Narendra Mohan has been a very celebrated Hindi poet and playwright, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we lost him in the month of May due to COVID. But he had a long writing career in which he has done some wonderful work. And the poems that I selected to translate, there were about 76 poems in this book, and these poems they were selected out of about 12 anthologies that had been written by him over a period of 40 years or so. So because these poems they represented the major thought process and they were a kind of representative of his poetic world. That is why the title The Poetic World of Narendra Mohan was selected, and it was done jointly in consultation with the poet, the original poet, that is Dr. Narendra Mohan. So I think he has written a lot of poetry on partition, because at the time of partition he was about 12 years old, and he had to suffer a lot migrating from Lahore to India. And there is a reflection of that pain and anguish and the trauma of partition in his poetry. So one of the dominant themes in his poems is partition. So I have made different sections in this book. One is on partition poetry by him, and then there are some political and social satires or realism that is presented in his poems. And also there are many poems on creativity, on different genres like painting, music, and dancing, etc. So all these different poems I had selected. It was a vast range of his poetry that was represented in this book, and I have also translated a novel from Hindi to English. So for till now, I have translated from Hindi to English, but
Okay.
I might even try my hand sometime from Punjabi to English because I have a good
Okay.
knowledge of Punjabi living in
Punjab.
Jalandhar in Punjab, and this is how the work will go on. It is just a beginning, and there is still more to do. There's a lot more to do. Thank you.
Great going. Great
Thank
going,
you.
ma'am. And quite interesting too. Quite interesting too. Okay. Our viewers are now waiting to hear a poem from you.
Okay.
You have
So
recited, narrate.
yeah, first of all, I must thank Asian Literary Society and Manoj Krishnan ji for giving this wonderful opportunity. And I think it's a really laudable initiative that he has taken up. I keep watching on the ALS site on Facebook, and there are so many different competitions and different programs that are being run, and all of them they have such a wide spectrum, and it's like a boon for writers uh, who want to connect with this wonderful platform. So thank you so much, Asian Literary Society and Manoj Krishnan ji, and all the other beautiful poets who are connected with this platform. Now, coming to my poem, this poem was actually written in response to a picture, and in that picture, there was a woman dancing very ecstatically to some rhythm. And looking at that picture, I thought that this kind of an ecstatic uh, response from a woman, looking at when I thought of a woman in the general sense, not a specific woman, but in general terms, then I thought that probably for this kind of ecstasy to be realized by women in general, it would take a long time because our society is not yet ready for that. And secondly, I thought that it is more like something like a utopia. So these were the thoughts behind the poem. So let me share the poem. The title of this poem is Ecstasy. Far, far away, in another world, where I can fly freely like a bird, where I can sail on waves and waft on a breeze, where life is an eternal song to sing as I please, where I feel like a leaf or a tender petal, a spring in my steps and a tune on my lips, a carefree dance to a divine rhythm, where none views me through this society's prism, where none stops me from taking birth. This reminds me of Swati's poem as well. Where none stops me from taking birth, none puts tethers on my flight and worth, where none views me as a plaything for pleasure, where I can explore my inner treasure, where I'm not being cast in fixed molds, where none else the key to my happiness holds, where I can search for my own ecstasy in spiritual depths or my heart's mystery, where I can forget about the pain all around, where I can unburden the servitude of centuries, where I can script my own destiny, where chains are broken and nectar flows, and my entire being with divinity glows. O Lord, let me breathe in such fervor that this ecstatic delight is my daily wear. This ecstatic delight is my
My
daily
day.
wear. So it's like a dream for perfect happiness for women.
And
Thank
happiness
you so
lies
much.
within.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
Seemaji.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Actually,
Of
happiness
course,
lies within, and we search
I wish we
outside
had more
for all
time.
the happiness. Yeah,
yeah.
actually, we had. If I even I too wish we had more time.
Um,
But moving ahead
I also
now,
wish. Yeah.
yes. Swati, question is to you. Uh, it's just a year you are into writing, and you have won so many accolades. What do you think a writer needs to do if he or she needs to climb the ladder?
Thank you, Shilaji, for framing such a word accolades for my little achievements. Yes, to be here itself is an accolade to share stage with you all on ALS. And Dil se shukriya to have me here. My writing journey is like a somnolent dream which revived due to pandemic shocks. So I'm standing here right in front myself to climb the ladder still. So the only advice I can share is I put my heart whatever I do. Whatever I have penned yet, as of yet, whatever I have quilled is all my heart. Complete honesty in my work. Complete honesty. And the three keys which I have used have been dedication, honesty, and consistent reading and writing.
And right.
So, this is what I would like to share with everyone, and of course, paying gratitude to our ink and Almighty
All right.
regularly. So, this is what.
Agree and totally believe in what you said. Even I do the
Thank you.
same. Gratitude is most important. Whatever we do, gratitude, if we have no gratitude, then it's not worth. Actually, gratitude is most important, whether it's small thing, whether it's a big thing, but that's absolutely important. Yes, and one more thing I would like to say, yes, this lockdown has undoubtedly helped all of us to bring out our hidden talent, which has caged all these years. And of course, accolades do enhance our confidence and tend to do better and better.
Exactly.
And moreover, I think we are blessed to have a platform like ALS,
Of
right?
course.
Yes. Okay, Swati, can you share another poem of yours?
Yes, definitely. I would love to. So, here I
Please.
come with my second and the last poem for today's session. Well, I hope the title stays in all of your hearts, because the title is Yes, Heart, a marvel of engineering. It is mine, but it is not mine. My heart is usually benign, but at times it whines. Even a sorcerer can subjugate just mind. This ubiquitous gift hamper from Lord is kind. Love flows through my aorta. It makes my beats sanguine. Compassion gets oxygenated to flow through Bollywood pristine. An ocean of emotion, it can metamorphose anything sublime. An anatomy of excellence, it models whole world in its eensy size. In its eensy size. Boss of all organs, rules the body, our lifeline. What panache it reflects, shines through our eyes, shines through our eyes. In some it's somnolent, towards lethargy it strives. In some it's voracious, towards monarchy it strives. A miracle of engineering. A miracle of engineering, it took us centuries to open it clean. To transplant it is an Herculean task, proclaims doctrine. A pious shrine, a pious shrine, the serene soul it entwines. If you live heartwise, if you live heartwise, it illuminates your life with divine sunshine, with divine sunshine. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Swati. And
Really
the way you
enjoyed your
recite, I
poem,
just
Swati.
love, yeah, I just love the way you recite. Again, a different theme and a unique
Thank you
poem.
so much.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
dear. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you.
indeed an interesting session today, and I'm sure everyone enjoyed listening to these prolific writers. Thank you, Manoj Krishnan ji, for this platform. Thank you to
Yeah.
all the viewers for
Uh,
being there.
I would like to say something before we wind up, Ishila. The
Yeah,
thing
ma'am.
is, I am reminded of the words of the 2020 Nobel Prize winner for literature, that is Louis
Hmm.
Gluck. She once said, uh, the difference between poetry and life, or the advantage of poetry over life, is that poetry may last if it is sharp enough. And I think ALS is contributing to this theme beautifully by connecting poets from all over the globe and for providing them a platform so that their poetry can reach people and last longer. So,
Right.
a big thank you to ALS and Manoj Krishnan for doing an excellent job in this direction. Thank you.
Actually, absolutely. And thank you again, once again. And before I wind up, I would like to thank Manoj Krishnanji for this platform. Thank you, all the viewers, once again. And good night, and see you next week, same time. Till then,
Good night,
goodbye.
everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.